Excited. We have great topics this week. HDMI 2.1 is here. That's actually really cool. Every single time a display cable gets updated, I'm just excited. It's a good thing.
Because it's going to be more resolutions.
Yeah,
and more
faster
colors and faster.
Yeah,
and refresh rates.
It's good. Everything just gets better. Also, China is using DJI drones to spy on the U.S.
Allegedly.
Well, allegedly.
Yep.
Yeah.
EA Sports UFC 3's egregious implementation of microtransactions.
It's so bad.
We'll be talking about that. And finally, our former employer, NCIX.com, bankrupt. Okay. Do you think I can roll the intro and adjust the tilt of the camera at the same time?
You got 3, 2, 1.
Go.
He's off. He's going around the table. He's grabbed the lever, twisting the knob. Oh, the knob's broken off. He's having some issues. He might have to go get a wrench.
The knob is broken off.
The intro is still going. Oh, he's trying to turn the camera anyways. Trying to use brute. Oh, I have to sit up. Oh, I have to do an ad thing though.
Okay.
Dragging the ad into place. Thank you, Savage Jerky. Thank you, Spektrum. Thank you, Marcel?
Marseille.
Oh.
It's French. For someone with a French name, you don't.
I'm the worst
you don't
at
French
it.
very well.
No, I don't.
And I would know.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Speaking of Frenching really well, though, HDMI 2.1.
Yeah, sure. So this was posted by Silber.
I mean, it has to.
Silber. Oh, do you mind if I have the
right,
cable?
I was testing.
This was posted by Silber Drachi on the forum. And the original article here is from Engadget.com. Let's go ahead and pull that baby up. Boom! HDMI 2.1 is here with support for 10K and dynamic HDR support, and it is backwards compatible with previous HDMI specifications.
That 10K, by the way, pretty weird.
10K. So 10K, it looks like, is going to be more like wide 8K.
Yeah.
Except that still makes it 10K.
Yes.
Because the way that we define resolutions, because average, Joe consumer, okay, nothing against people named Joe. Okay, let's go with average Jeff consumer.
Yeah.
Can't handle two numbers.
Jeff.
Okay? So that's why resolutions are just something K now.
It has to be a maximum of 3 characters or else you've lost them.
That's right.
4, that's probably pushing it. That's why swear words usually cap at 4. You can't go beyond there.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing.
How interesting. Okay, here, hold on. Back to this chart that we're looking at over on Engadget here. So this is interesting because back in the day we had full HD, and that was we didn't really know that as full HD outside of 1920 by 1080. I think we called it 1080p back then. And then full HD was we did know it as full HD, but that was kind of used.
Some people even said
it.
1080p full HD.
Yeah, because we called it full HD because of all the BS marketing that went on around 720,
which was called HD.
HD, okay. Yeah. This is like a real HD, the full HD.
It's complete.
And then 4K was like, okay, I get the 4, so it's like 4 times this, and it's also about 4,000 pixels wide. But then, okay, so this 5K, this is interesting. We've got about 5,000 pixels wide, which makes sense. That's consistent with the 4K naming. Oh, something a lot of people don't know is that there was actually a 2K standard.
Yeah.
So it's 2048 by 1080, if I recall correctly, but that was only a DCI cinema standard. That wasn't actually a consumer standard. And then everything got really confused with 4K because this resolution, 3840 by 2160, is technically UHD, Ultra HD. It is not 4K. 4K should be 4096 by 2160 because it would be 4 times 2K. But then we weren't sure if we were using consumer nomenclature or if we were using a professional nomenclature. And then the 5K thing, I don't know what the hell that is, because that's like widescreen 4K. That's not 5K, because 5K, the only 5K devices that exist are the Apple display on the iMac and LG's 5K display that's also for Macs. And then 8K is 4 times 4K, but actually this is 4 times UHD, which is 4 times full HD, so the K's never meant anything in the first place. And also, 7,680 is like dangerously not that close to 8,000 at this point. And then 10K is now apparently 4 times 5K at a different aspect ratio than 8K, 4K, full HD. You know what? No.
That was probably horrible.
Sorry.
I'm sorry to all of you.
Sorry, but I have to express my frustration. 2 numbers is not that hard. We've been doing it since, 640 by 480. It was good enough for me. It's good enough for the next generation. I hate this. I hate everything about it, except that with new HDMI, we can run higher resolution. And I actually am excited to see ultra-wide TVs. The fact that these standards are making it into the HDMI specification means that we're going to see TVs like this.
Cool. Anytime that you see a clip, there's one that's really high on Reddit right now. Anytime you see a clip of Horizon Zero Dawn that's in ultra-wide, it's like, oof. That's probably how that game's supposed to be played. TVs.
Apparently 480p was first gen HD.
What? Was it?
HD CRTs.
Oh.
They could be, I think they could be like 480 progressive or something. I can't remember.
The HD term has been...
It's been bastardized.
Yeah.
There's a swear word that's not 4 letters.
Yes. Someone in the Twitch chat informed me of that.
Yeah.
I said usually.
I mean, we could have thought of a couple, I'm sure.
I think I said usually.
Because there are some compound swear words that are definitely more than 4 letters.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a bunch of other cool stuff. 48 gigabit per second, that's pretty sick. 4K at 120 hertz. That's actually a lot more important to me than 10K.
Yes.
8K at 60 hertz. That's pretty sweet, I guess. Personally, I'm really not that sold on above 4K at this point. But
that 4K at 120 is like, that's pretty sweet.
I mean, 8K 60 hertz would be great for like a gigantic projector, I guess. Dynamic HDR, variable refresh rate. Oh yes, thank you. Finally. Oh man, I'm surprised that Sony and Microsoft haven't been pushing harder for variable refresh rate, because it would mask so many of the FPS dips. That
in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, like actually, mask puts a potentially negative term.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, but it is masking. But like it would look a lot better.
Auto low latency mode, so that's cool. Contextual anti-aliasing, removing jaggies without noticeable blur. That sounds like if they get it right, it'll be great, and if they don't, then it won't. And sub 1 millisecond lag, although that'll be up to the TV makers in terms of how they want to implement that and how little lag there actually is, because they are constantly dinking around with the signal trying to do whatever it is that they're trying to do that I certainly wish they wouldn't do.
Every time that I even think about maybe looking into a TV, which I've never technically bought a TV. So I mean, like if someone asks me or whatever else, I end up just being like, I wish I could just buy a ginormous monitor. Because I don't even
Those do exist now.
Yeah, like, can you get like 60-inch, 65-inch monitors?
No, I think the biggest is...
That's what I'm talking about,
LG has a 42?
Because, like, not only do I not want this stuff that's on the TV.
Right, so
like,
you don't want the smart
stuff,
TV
but, like,
and the tuner.
It makes it worse. It's not like, oh, that's not a benefit. It's like, no, I really, really wish that wasn't there. I would pay the same price. Just please take it off.
Right.
It's so annoying.
I've got people asking me what's up with the iJustine thing. So I went down there, hooked her up with a sick 150 terabyte storage server in pink and white.
Yeah, actually,
did you see the picture?
Sick, yeah.
It's sweet.
It looks really clean.
It's super cool. And then while I was down there, I actually impromptu shot a studio tour of her place because I actually didn't take a camera this is kind of a funny story. So the original plan was for me to take a camera person down, and I was going to stay down for like 2 or 3 days, and I was going to hang out with Jay's 2 Cents and do... because he's actually working, I don't want to say what he's working on because his might still be top secret, but it's a really cool build. It's like sort of a collab, except I don't need to be there. So I don't need to be there for that anymore. So we shortened my trip. And then the other reason that I was going to take a shooter was that I was probably going to do some kind of video for our channel with Justine. And then I was like, you know what, forget it. I just need to do a short trip because I've been traveling so much lately. And you know what, I don't know if we're going to have time in one day to do the video for her channel and one for mine. Don't worry about it. She already came up and she did a guest appearance for us.
On a thing that's never coming out.
On a thing that it'll come out eventually.
I'm kidding.
Forget it. I'm not going to shoot a video. And then what's funny is Yvonne booked a room with 2 beds just in case I like changed my mind at the last second and took a shooter. But I didn't. But then I got to Justine's place and I was like, this place is amazing. This place is unbelievable. And so what I did was I actually borrowed her shooter and then just got the clips off the SD card, carded them back here, and it's actually being edited right now.
Nice.
You are going to be blown away. And this is coming
stoked.
from the same person who just did a Dead Mouse studio tour. Her place is unbelievable. It's incredible.
That's really cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I like
Do you
that
want
kind
one
of stuff.
spoiler?
Yes.
She probably has literally 50 Xbox One controllers. Literally.
What?
Literally. Okay, one more spoiler.
Yeah.
Literally every amiibo. Literally.
Like properly using that term, every single one.
Literally.
What the heck?
Literally, actually, literally.
Oh my god, that's so many amiibos.
She is a way bigger nerd than I give her credit for.
There's a few I haven't been able to get. I'm not collecting that many, to be very clear. I have like 4.
So,
but there's some that I've wanted that I can't get.
Yeah, so her place was super cool, and I was really excited to...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The entire chat is just like, literally.
Literally. Literally. I found something that I thought... Well, okay, you know what? Forget it. We'll get to it in the video.
Okay.
Okay. What were we talking about?
We were technically on HDMI, but I think we passed on.
Oh, yeah, I think we were
in between things, and we were maybe doing DJI. Should we do Floatplane?
Oh, let's do DJI first.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
DJI. Wow. So this was posted by WM Groom AK on the forum. And actually, we're going with our forum for the source of this article here, because apparently this was a really epic post. Oh, no, Engadget is the original source here. Let's pull that up. If it ever goes. It'll go. It'll go. It'll go.
I'm going to post it in the Twitch chat in the
Come on,
meantime.
baby.
What?
Come on, baby, you got this. There we go. All right. Homeland Security claims that DJI drones are spying for China, and it released a memo detailing what it believes to be DJI's main targets. Wow. That is like some pretty serious business accusation going on. So this is a memo from the Los Angeles office of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Bureau, alleging that the data captured from DJI drone customers in the U.S. is being provided to the Chinese government. And the memo originally in August says that, and there's a quote, with moderate confidence, the Chinese-based company DJI Science and Technology is providing U.S. critical infrastructure and law enforcement data to the Chinese government. The information is based on open source reporting and a reliable source within the unmanned aerial systems industry with first and second-hand access. So they conclude, and this is more quotes, that it assesses with high confidence the critical infrastructure and law enforcement entities using DJI systems are collecting sensitive intelligence that the Chinese government could use to conduct physical or cyber attacks against the United States and its population.
Yeah.
So DJI appears to be targeting users with the ability to disrupt critical infrastructure, railroads, utilities, companies that provide drinking water, weapons storage facilities. DJI's statement, though, to be clear, this is all alleged. DJI's statement says that the memo was based on clearly false and misleading claims.
Shortly after, however, DJI released a local data mode, which allows users to cut off drones from all internet activity.
Which they probably should. What does my drone need to do on the internet?
I have no clue. Especially in terms of reporting camera and telemetry data.
Yeah, especially when I'm recording, or other than when I'm performing a firmware update.
Yeah.
Or I could see...
And that should only be down.
I could see it reporting something, like if I'm flying in a no-fly zone, like that kind of stuff's coming. But again, that shouldn't be going to a foreign government, that's for sure. That should be going to one that has jurisdiction over the area that I am flying an authorized drone,
when you have to you have to register your drone or something now, right? So that should be like when you register your drone, they get a key or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty brutal.
So now the ICE memo did focus on the drones used by companies and institutions, not the drones flown by hobbyists. So I don't know if you necessarily have to stop, hovering your drone in the bedroom to film yourself making a sex tape or whatever. I wouldn't recommend that either way.
Yeah, blades.
Blades and penises. Not a good combination unless you don't want to have kids anymore, like me.
But there's better ways to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I know you wanted to talk about stuff that's on Floatplane.
It's hilarious. Okay, it's actually so funny. I can't even... One of Taryn's scenes in this is so golden.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so...
my goodness.
Stuff that's on Floatplane right now. You guys join the club. It's cool. All the cool kids are there. We've got case made of radiators. Literally,
it's coming out.
It's out. Literally,
Nice.
a case made of radiators. Literally, look at it. Literally, case made of radiators. Okay, achieving the ultimate 4K experience. The first ever NVIDIA sponsored Linus Tech Tips video of all time. Literally.
I hope top comment on this thread, I haven't looked yet, is NVIDIA shills. We'll see, though.
I hope so, too.
Yeah.
There's no way it won't be. Taryn hosted a video recently on the Elgato Stream Deck.
I have so many problems with that thing. I haven't watched this video yet, but we'll see.
Let's see, what else we got here? We got some exclusive stuff. We toured the server room. That was pretty cool.
Oh, where's the Channel Super Fun one?
It's coming. It's coming. That's already up on YouTube.
Oh, there it is.
Triton 700, super powerful, super thin gaming laptop. Very cool. And there it is. Cruel pregnancy prank gone wrong. It's amazing how many people are giving us crap about that gone wrong in the title. I would hope it's fairly obvious that naming scheme is played out at this point, and that anyone doing it now,
I don't think people are still really doing it.
Almost 2018, exactly. Anyone doing it now is clearly just being ironic. It's tongue in cheek. It's silly. We all know it's dumb, gone sexual, gone wrong.
I don't think we've done a prank in a while.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a show back to when YouTube used to be PrankTube.
PrankTube, basically. Yeah. There were a couple people who seemed legit upset about it. No, it's a joke. It's just a joke, bro. It's just a joke.
It's just a joke, bro.
It's just a joke.
Oh my goodness, that was the worst.
In all seriousness, this wasn't a very funny joke.
It was hilarious as an external person.
So there are actually it is a 2 prank video.
Yeah.
So should I I'll say what the first one is, because that one's right at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, so the first prank is when Yvonne got pregnant with our third. She and I got together and we were talking about how guys are not that observant. Women can tell that each other are pregnant, basically immediately. I don't know how they do it. It's like they can smell it on each other or something.
You called me on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep doing this. So women can tell right away. And I was like, no, there's no way guys would notice. That's why we never ask. We never bring it up, because we can't tell the difference between 8 months pregnant and fat. And you don't want to run that risk, because there's no way to win, right? And she was like, no, they'll be able to tell. I was like, they will not be able to tell, and they certainly won't say anything. And so she and I kind of made a little bet. I was like, they won't be able to tell, even if, and they'll think that it's me being mean if I'm like constantly going after you about how you're getting fat. They won't be able to tell. They'll just be like, Linus is an ass. They will not figure out that you're actually pregnant.
And you have to consider that while he's being an ass to his wife, who's also an employee of the company that we all work at, he's also everyone's boss.
Yep.
It's a really weird dynamic.
And this is great. I would ask people like, do you think Yvonne's getting fat? Meanwhile, she has actually gained 15 pounds because she is pregnant. They'd be like, oh no. Anyway, there's actually a part 2 to the prank that is not funny at all, but
no, it's actually hilarious.
it's a good video. Go sign up for Floatplane.
Having
The second part's not funny though.
Having nothing to do with it, it is hilarious. But like, there are certain points in time where I was like, this is getting bad.
There you go, guys. Go sign up for Floatplane. 1 week early access-ish. It's not always a week, but it's like definitely early access.
Also, beautiful videos with top-tier audio quality.
Top-tier audio
Just
quality.
want to drop that out there.
All right. Speaking of top-tier quality, why don't we talk about SC2 Mitch's post on the forum? The original article here is from Astute Gaming, a site that I've never heard of. But
me neither, but sure, why not?
There you go. And the headline here, the headline, EA Sports UFC 3, the single most egregious implementation of microtransactions to date.
So bad.
Whoa.
Have you read any about this at all?
You know
Anything
what?
about this at all?
This is not my deal. I'm not a UFC guy. I'm not an EA Sports guy, and I rarely even have time for gaming. And I definitely don't pay for microtransactions, so I tend to pretty much ignore them wherever they exist. So it offends me probably less than other people because this is a game I was never going to play from a company whose game I was never going to buy.
But it should still offend you.
Okay, hit me.
Reasons why it should still offend you.
No, run through what it is.
Okay.
Run through what it is. Give
right
us the
off
rundown.
the top, every single technique, ability, fighter, stat roll, all of it is entirely acquired and upgraded through a loot box system.
Okay.
Where's the
Wait,
quote?
so you can't actually like buy a fighter?
Pressing the square button, apparently we're going for PlayStation here, pressing a square button to throw a punch at an opponent, the simplest and most obvious mechanic in an MMA game, will do more damage if players have paid money. In an online PvP game, it will do more damage if players have paid money. So good. Microtransactions are also the only means of acquiring perks and boosts. Perks are powerful abilities that can be equipped for a small number of fights before expiring, and boosts are temporary enhancements that offer endurance boosts and durability bonuses, meaning you can fight longer, you can take less damage, and you can hit harder, which is literally the entire game. Boom! So good!
So basically, EA is saying that UFC gamer fans are just endless, like money teats that they can suck on, pretty much. Does that sound like about what EA apparently thinks of their audience here?
And you know what the interesting thing is? When we rolled out the Keep On Diggin' shirt, that was because of Ubisoft.
I know.
But they've like taken turns.
Well, yeah, because EA was like always crap. Like the Keep On Digging was only relevant because Ubisoft's crapness was like kind of a new thing. Like EA, I mean, when was the last time? Oh no, because I remember like at that time we did actually have some positive EA headlines.
Yeah.
And stuff. Okay.
So they've switched, and like Ubisoft is not doing everything right now.
Yeah.
There's some extremely valid complaints to be made about certain games of theirs, like For Honor. But they also launched the South Park game. South Park game was very fun. It's quite a long game, lots of content in it. I haven't heard many people complaining about that. all the negative reviews that I've seen on Steam, because there's quite a few of them, are people going, why the heck do I need Uplay? That's not a new problem. That's a consistent, that's been around for a long. It is a dumb problem, but it has existed for a long time.
Oh, I should play it. Did that just come out?
Fairly recently.
It's nothing like Stick of Truth, right?
It's extremely similar to Stick of Truth.
Oh, cool. Okay,
it's like basically the same game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a different story.
Yeah, I'll just go play
it. Like the overworld is essentially identical.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
even
it's a town in Colorado. What do you want?
Yeah,
you want to make a new town in Colorado?
And you can't redo the art style because it's South Park. It's like the same thing, and you do the same thing where you go from like house to house, which I don't know.
There's only so many houses.
Yeah. Okay. But like, it is a very good game. It's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
They said it has a completely different combat system. I don't even remember the previous one, but yeah, it's not like super next level or anything.
Sure.
I would recommend playing it on as hard of the difficulties as you
can
I will.
Push it. Yeah, Stick of Truth is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So,
but like, it's.
What do we even say about this? There's like nothing to say. You can't defend it.
No.
You can't even play devil's advocate and be like, oh well, maybe if the.
Nope. Not at all. And like this ties in with there's Battlefront issues going on right now. While that's going on, they somehow thought it was okay to throw out beta keys for this game with this already implemented and this being the style. They take the microtransactions out of Battlefront 2 and then what? Just assume that everyone's going to be super okay with UFC? Like, oh, different target audience. They're not even going to bring it up. I don't think that's going to be a thing. What is Mom? Hold on.
Oh, man.
Yes, Mom?
Oh, boy.
Hey.
Hi.
I wanted to say goodbye to you because I'll be gone for 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I can't get a hold of you at any other time than when you're actually doing the show. So answer your phone.
You haven't called me any other time. Sorry. Okay. Where are you going, Mom?
You just got low-key owned.
I
man.
did.
I'm going to Vernon. I sent you over Facebook pictures of my bullet wounds.
What?
I sent you pictures of the bullet wounds so you could tell me if you think they're any good. I'm practicing doing my bullet wounds for the war movie I'm going to be working on.
You got to preface that a little bit.
I told you.
You sent them 16 minutes ago. Okay, this is not fair.
I'm going to be working on a war movie.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So I wanted your opinion on my bullet wounds.
Okay. Sorry. One moment.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna go.
They look pretty good, Mom.
They look good?
They do. They look pretty good.
All right. I will let you go, but at least I got a chance to say goodbye to you before I left.
Bye. I hope you have a good trip.
Okay. Bye. Me too.
Bye, Linus. Thank you for having a Friday show so I can talk to my son once in a while.
Yeah. No problem.
Thanks. Alrighty. Bye.
Bye. Oh dear.
Okay, so let's jump into our sponsors. Sponsor number 1, Spektrum. Which glasses do you want today?
I'll just go straight up with these.
So Spektrum, staring at a monitor all day can be hard on your eyes over time, and Spektrum is an affordable solution to help you keep from your eyes getting fatigued. There are software solutions to reducing the amount of blue light that goes from your monitor into your eyes, like Flux and Twilight, but they don't give you the same kind of filtering that an actual piece of glass, or 2 pieces if you have 2 eyes, would. They have many features, including that they're stylish. They are...
Blue light.
Well, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
No, you know what they do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so basically they're like a yellow tinted Oh, actually, you know what? I never noticed this before. There was a pair that I was wearing years ago. Like, these yellow glasses are not an entirely new concept. There was a pair I was wearing years ago, and the reason I stopped using it was because even though I did find that it was more comfortable over the course of the day, was it had a slight magnification on it. Spektrum has absolutely nailed this. No magnification whatsoever, at least on this particular pair.
Well, I don't notice any on this one either.
So that's pretty nice. Anyway, it's high quality product, 1-year warranty, and extremely durable, and they have very low color distortion. So they're trying to block the high energy blue light while keeping other colors as similar as possible. So you can check them out at Spektrum. You can check them out at spektrumglasses.com/collection/prospects, and you can get 10% off using offer code Linus. Not bad. I'm gonna keep wearing these.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got. Oh!
What's this?
This has happened a handful of times. And people always go tinfoil hat on this kind of stuff when it happens. But did you watch our video about this?
The
MCable.
ones? No, I didn't.
Interesting. Okay, so this has happened a handful of times where with no intention of actually ever working together, we've done a review of a product. In this case, it was the MCable from Marseille, a product that claims to improve the image quality of a device that it's attached to.
I didn't see this video.
Okay.
I have so many sirens going off. Please explain.
It's over $100.
Okay.
It's $150,
All
okay,
right.
for an MCable.
Yep.
And what they claim, well, you can see what they claim.
I'm reserving judgment because
They
we
claim
only take sponsors we
pixel
believe
and
in.
graphics rejuvenation, advanced contextual anti-aliasing, contrast and detail enhancement, lag-free real-time processing, and an automatic movie mode. They claim, and it works. So inside the cable, see how there's a USB connection?
Yes, I did see that.
It is actually a powered signal processor.
And I saw on the TV end of the cable is like huge.
Yeah, so it actually works particularly well for certain applications, one of which is anime. So I think you're holding the Cinema Edition.
Yeah.
Does a great job of like low resolution anime collections. You got a bunch of like 480p anime.
So
It cleans up a lot of the lines, a lot of banding.
that 2006 Warcraft video I got.
No, so there's a limit to the tech. So we went, we hooked it up with like original Unreal.
Oh yeah.
It looked really good. The MCable Cinema is actually apparently also great for streaming content. That isn't something that we tested extensively in ours, but we did take a look at a lot of downsampled content, and it managed to do a really good job.
You guys can't see it because it's way too small. But
Yeah.
up in this corner, and I'm sure if you go to their website,
whoops.
which is probably on
Yep.
screen. Yeah, there we go.
Marseilleinc.com.
It shows that there's like a processor and stuff going on within
Yeah.
the cable.
Sub 1 millisecond lag. We did not notice any discernible lag, even in like, CRT optimized games like Super Mario World. It's pretty awesome, and it even supports frame rates up to 1080p 120, so you can legitimately game on the gaming edition here. And you guys should probably check it out. The best use cases we found for it were older consoles, but not too old. So you don't want something like a NES, but something like an N64, PlayStation 2.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
You can clean up the quality of it a fair bit.
Because to be fair, a NES is already pretty clean.
Old anime.
Yeah.
Streamed video. That's where I got confused. By streamed
That's really
video,
cool. That makes
I don't
sense.
necessarily mean live streaming, although it would help with that, but any kind of internet video where it's like pretty good, but a little bit of tidy up would probably not be a bad idea. It's great for that. Guess what? VR. Lots of people are using it for VR because the displays are low resolution and it cleans up the image a little bit.
Yeah.
And apparently the results are fantastic, though I actually haven't tried that personally yet.
That makes it's interesting how like a type of content is specifically better. That actually makes sense.
So check them out at Marseilleinc.com. This is one of those situations where we intended to do a useless tech over 100. Anthony spent an entire week because we knew we couldn't come out and say this thing is really great unless we absolutely proved it. Like if we were going to come out and say it's junk, that would be easy.
Because we've done that before. We made a video
Yeah.
on the $1,000
Yeah.
like silver HDMI cable.
Based on that their claims were BS,
Yeah.
which they obviously were.
Yeah.
And that's easy. That's like cheap, easy content. So we were intending to do more cheap, easy content, and instead
And you got
I
screwed.
paid someone for an entire week to sit and make a video, but then they turned around and now they're sponsoring the WAN show. So I guess that worked out okay.
Huzzah.
All right, last sponsor. They're back. I'm gonna do something hot this week.
By the way, someone said their background looks fake. It's not.
Our
You
background
can see,
looks fake?
I can like pick things up from
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna type. I'm gonna type on this Underwood.
The keys don't come back up. There you go.
This is like the world's most convincing
That's my oh, it's out of the frame.
convincing fake. This is an NVIDIA ammo box.
Why don't we have it showing the top secret? It's the wrong way around.
Because it's a secret, you donk.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just
It's so much cooler.
All right. I'll put the top secret.
There's the NVIDIA crowbar too.
Yeah, that's hiding back there.
that's hidden. There's a lot
Top
of
secret.
cool things that are hidden.
That
There
was
we go.
that was the container that anyone who reviewed the GTX 590
Yeah.
got the card in, and it was such a terrible shipping container. My first one was broken. Because they just put like packing peanuts and like an anti-static bag in there.
Oh no.
And it's just a metal container. There's no shock absorption. So my card was totally broken.
Someone in the chat, wow, CGI has come a long way.
Yeah. Oh, you dicks. All right, what do you want today?
We're going hot.
You can do whatever you want, but I'm going with the ghost
No,
pepper,
let's do
ghost
it.
pepper buffalo sauce.
Did you do it last week?
No, I ate an entire pack of the maple
I think we
bacon.
both said we were like going to do it, or I said I was going to do it, and I don't think either of us did it. So yeah, I'll
All
do
right,
it this
I'm
week
going
too.
for it. Oh, I'm preparing myself. These guys really do make frickin' hot jerky. And not just jerky, they also make barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and a spice rub. So their Carolina Reaper hot sauce uses one of the hottest peppers in the world. The jalapeno, no, I'm just kidding. The Carolina Reaper. Their jerky is made with great ingredients without nitrates or preservatives. And the goal is to create a snack that is full of flavor and spice that's not bad for you. It's definitely full of flavor, and it's definitely full of spice. I'm starting with a small piece. I'm working my way up to it today. They've got 13 different flavors of jerky.
I'm going to regret that.
With some of the favorites, did you eat the whole thing?
Yep.
Oh, being the sriracha bacon, maple buffalo bacon, and traditional flavors. I'm partial to the mojo.
Me too.
And the, which one's the one with the white and black packaging? Is that the salt and
Classic?
pepper? Classic? Is that classic? No, classic is red.
traditional?
Traditional's red. No, there's one with a white and black package that's really good. Whatever. The one with the white and black package. Anyway, use offer code LTT to save 10% on their products at the link below. Sea salt. What was it? Something pepper? Cracked pepper and sea salt. That one's really good. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm going slow and steady wins the race, man.
Windows 10 is bringing tabs to every... Woo! Microsoft is bringing tabs to every Windows 10 app. The spice flipped that around on me.
Nona Hexa was just posted this on the forum.
Microsoft is planning to add tabs like the ones in your web browser to apps in Windows 10, allowing you to group apps together. They're calling this feature sets. So say you're working on a Word document and need to research data on the web or grab notes from PowerPoint, you can create sets or tabs of these tasks in a single window. Honestly, I think this is actually pretty sick.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I really like this. Because oftentimes I'll have a few different things that are for one thing. Honestly, my preferred method is just to have more monitor space so I can have it all open at the same time.
Well, you're gonna have Windows 7 anyway.
That's
So-
well, 8.1.
Or are you running 8.1? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm excited. I wish this wasn't news because I wish this was a thing ages ago, but I'm not going to be down on them for like doing something good. So
It would also be really cool if, like, on the taskbar at the bottom, you could
oh
have your
man,
set
okay, that's
icon.
hitting me now.
You could have your set icon down there. So you could like click on it and then it would bring up the multiple things instead of having it all in one. Because oftentimes I want to copy between them and read one thing while I'm typing one thing, and having it all in a set actually isn't very conducive to that, but it'll still be really nice and helpful.
Oh.
Except not for me, so oh well. Although 8.1 is getting painful because I think it's like less than 10% of people are using it. So like compatibility for my platform is like really not great.
So File
well.
Explorer, even Notepad.
Yeah.
And they'll eventually be extending to apps that have custom title bars like Photoshop. And they're aiming to let iPhone and Android users start sets and then resume them on a PC or vice versa. Oh, I'm getting my spicy hiccups. Dang it. All right. This is pretty bad. This was posted by Heyo on the forum.
Websites use your CPU to mine cryptocurrency even when you close your browser. That's new. That's brutal.
Yeah, like we've heard of, we talked about the Pirate Bay.
Yeah, and another one. I don't remember who it was, but and another one. But this is new. It's always been kind of a short-term thing because it's only lasted while you were on that page.
Yeah.
Luckily for these websites, a lot of people just leave things open in tabs.
Wow, look at this. So they've got a pop under that's opening up another tab that is running this in the background. So you see once they close it, the CPU usage goes away. Wow.
At least you can still close it.
So one researcher recently documented 2,500 sites actively running crypto mining code in visitors' browsers.
That's a lot of sites, actually.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal.
I wonder what these sites are, though.
So basically, in a nutshell, so the one that they're focused on is mining Monero. So this is like, I don't know. I think everyone should be offended by this. Like, some people might not think it's that big of a deal, but this is using your electricity and your CPU resources. So like your investment to just make money for the site.
Cranking your CPU.
And it's potentially making your CPU run really hot, which can potentially reduce its lifespan, especially if you're on a mobile device. And speaking of a mobile device, if you're on something that's battery powered, this is going to destroy your battery life if it's a technique that's being used on any sites that you visit regularly. Right now, the technique works on the latest version of Chrome, running on the latest versions of Windows 7 and Windows 10. At the moment, no indication that it's being used on other browsers or operating systems, so your incompatibility saves the day.
That's hilarious.
Freaking brilliant.
Yeah. It's the Apple approach.
You know
we are secure because no one's making viruses for us.
You know what's
except
interesting?
For root. That's not in the doc. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Hilarious.
You know what's interesting is our render server, like the one that does our final export before we upload, almost never errors out on a render. In fact, I'm not aware of it ever having done it. Windows 8.1. It's the embedded version, the Windows.
That's
Windows
what I'm
9.
using too. Yeah.
All right.
Dude messaged me today. It's like the third, a few days ago. It's like the 3rd year anniversary of the like Windows 9 thing.
Oh, really?
Kinda cool. Yeah.
So this is sort of a big deal if you're into like that sort of thing. But our former employer.
Oh yeah.
Has. Here we go. Where is it?
This is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So here, hold on. I'm gonna bring this up. Search civil by party name. So Netlink Computer Inc. Oh wait, hold on. So here you can. I actually didn't even know you can do this. Of course, that makes sense. So you can search for lawsuits, or like you can search for court cases by party name. So Netlink Computer Inc. Small claims, small claims, small claims, small claims. 4 times over the last since 2011, and boom. Netlink Computer Inc., Bora Group Inc., v. Netlink Computer Inc., Supreme Bankruptcy, December 1st, 2017. So this just went down. My former employer is the site still up?
Oh.
No, I think it's still loading. No, I'm pretty sure it's still loading. Oh, yeah, there we go. The site's still up. I really don't know that I would necessarily recommend
apparently
shopping there, though.
Getting your stuff after you buy it has been a little bit of an issue recently.
For a while,
yeah.
Yep.
So
I haven't done any pre sort of research here, but I'm heading over to the forum. Okay. Restructuring. Okay. Important service announcement. We figured it's time to write a formal post about the restructuring. Wow. I'm pretty sure this thread has been pruned because I know that there were other things in here before. Huh. All right. NCIX Supreme bankruptcy confirmed.
Okay, what is Supreme? Is there sub-Supreme bankruptcy?
I have no idea.
It sounds crazy. Like, what?
But wow, yeah, I've had a lot of people. No, Fire 2 box. I did not cause this.
No.
I mean that. Okay, I don't
Not at
know.
all.
I don't know. Well, how much should I talk about right now? Scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 6.
Or 6. Okay.
Like not that high.
So I left, partly because I saw a great opportunity in content creation online, and partly because I had some significant
We're getting closer to a 3.
fundamental disagreements with senior management,
Okay.
particularly the owner, over what exactly we needed to do in terms of our direction as a company. I also left, this was a significant part of the reason for my departure. I also left because the people that I had been mentored by there, the people that I had really felt like I learned a lot from, were departing. And they sometimes, for very good reasons, I'm not going to defend the conduct and job performance of at least one of them, but some of them were forced out by extraordinarily, in my opinion, extraordinarily poor management decisions, and that ultimately led me to believe that I could do it better. So I had an opportunity, and I thought I could do it better, and I thought that my company made my way would be something that would make me happier to get up in the morning and go to.
It's made me happier.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I know you're having a moment. I just wanted to add some comedy.
Yeah,
relief.
thank you. And that was ultimately why I left. I didn't agree with the strategy. I thought, and this was something that I pitched about 6.5 years ago, I thought the direction for us to go, and I mean by us, I mean I was at NCIX. I was one of the top product management people there. I might have been a category manager at that point, can't remember. Anyway, I was basically at or near the highest rank that you could really have in the company there before. And I don't want to, the odds of anyone that this might apply to ever watching this stream are pretty low, but my opinion of some of the people that were hired in senior positions couldn't possibly be any lower. So, there were some bad decisions there as well. Anyway, where was I going with this? Right. So the direction that I had wanted to go was to try to get acquired. And the way to try and get acquired is to have some kind of a value that somebody else would want. And it wasn't going to be the website, let's be honest. It wasn't going to be the logistics system. And, I can't say too much about what NCIX had because, I don't want to be disrespectful of their privacy as a company. But I will tell you that it wasn't, robot arms and, robot eyes and automated conveyor belts like what state-of-the-art warehouses were doing even back then. It was not that. So it wasn't going to be the warehousing system. It wasn't going to be the inventory management system, I can tell you that much. It wasn't going to be the super talented team. And there were talented people on it. Obviously, like I was part of it. I think I was pretty talented. There were definitely talented people on it. But I don't know that that was visible enough externally. And I think that you would end up with in order to acquire a team, you'd have ended up with a lot of dead weight. And I don't even necessarily mean in terms of people, like the locations that we had leased. I think at one point there were 3 locations in Richmond, which is a small city, just to give you guys some idea of why that wouldn't be a good idea. So my concept for what we could build, having seen the partnership between NVIDIA with the Shield and EB Games in the States, where I think the Shield was initially only available to preview it at EB Games in the States. And I was like, why would they make it exclusive to them? And I could be remembering some little detail of this wrong. Maybe it was a Nintendo system. I don't know, whatever. The point is, the reason that they partnered with them was that they still had, at that time anyway, 4,500 locations, which has a value. Another thing that I thought could have a value would be a distribution system / business model that combated one of the biggest difficulties of doing business in Canada, which is extremely high shipping cost. It deters customers from shopping online, and it enables brick and mortar to continue to be competitive here, because shipping a case across the country from Newegg is like $7. Shipping a case across this country from NCIX could be as much as $30, $40, $60, depending on how remote you are. So, you know, it was a constant refrain from customers: shipping kills the deal. You'd hear it all the time. So the concept that I pitched was like an NCIX Lite. These would be extremely small stores, like maybe 600 to 800 square feet, really small stores with really small storefronts that were effectively kind of ordering kiosks. And the idea was that you'd have technical services, so you could walk into small communities like Kamloops and displace the mom and pop shops with a trusted brand. Believe it or not, at the time we were a trusted brand. You could displace those mom and pop shops as a trusted brand. You could probably cover your lease and your employee overhead with the services business that you're doing. Then you would stock like 2 SKUs tops of every category, so that if someone walked in, they could build like
something,
basically the computer at any given time.
Which is pretty easy to define.
It's really easy to do. So right now you would stock, assuming that there is inventory, you would stock the 8400 for Intel, and you would stock the Ryzen 5 1600. Or something along those lines. And then you'd have like a motherboard for each of them. You'd have an 8 gig stick and a 16 gig stick, and well, like obviously multiples of each of these. But the idea is that if someone just like wanted like the computer right now, like the bang for the buck sweet one that everyone wants, you could just walk in and buy it. Or we would build a system, and it wouldn't be a complicated system, but we would have a network of trucks that would crisscross the country constantly between the 2 locations that we had in the West and in the East, so that the model would be you can shop online and you can ship to your house, or we'd have these little tiny low overhead locations scattered across the country, and you could get free pickup at any location. And this was well before Amazon started doing pickup.
Someone in the chat, whoa, NCIX actually sounds really cool. This was an idea
never happened.
that he was pitching.
I pitched this. This is what I wanted to do instead of these monolithic, high overhead, extraordinarily expensive retail stores. In order to, you know, the writing was on the wall like 7 years ago. Amazon was going to kill us all. Like, the people who were paying attention knew this already. So the idea was to build this infrastructure so that when Amazon decided to hit the switch, and you can see now they're running around acquiring people that have infrastructure that they like Whole Foods, the idea was that when they came in, they could buy us. And that never happened. If I'd had the resources, I think that could have been the way for me to never have to work again. Like, if I could have built my, even to go back, like if I was the one who had the resources that I have today, even, that might have been a model that I would have pursued. I really believed in it. I thought that it was a great opportunity.
It's not worth it now.
Oh no, you'd never make it now.
No.
But I should buy NCIX and do that. I couldn't afford NCIX. Not because I couldn't afford like what NCIX's net value is right now, but I couldn't afford NCIX's overhead. The monthly expenses, even with all the layoffs that they've done.
There's still a lot of employees, there's still a lot of buildings, there's still a lot of inventory.
Yeah. So when we didn't do that, and when we continued marching down the obviously no longer viable big box retail path, I figured out that I had to get out. So ultimately, the reason that I ended up leaving NCIX and taking this guy with me and Ed with me. Thanks for coming along, bro.
No worries. Yeah, that I was thinking that 5-year thing. It's actually like 7 or something, or 8 or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of ridiculous.
So
Had a bit of a
Anyway, sorry, I forget where I was going with that. Right, so what happened when I left was I had decided to leave. And the reason that I was able to take the Linus Tech Tips channel, and so to be clear, I take no pleasure whatsoever in NCIX's demise. You know, and I've seen a lot of horror stories online, but however they've treated other people, everyone there, all the way up to Steve, the owner, and Mary, his wife, they have always treated me with the utmost kindness and respect. I have not had personal bad experiences with anyone there, from HR to my colleagues to, I shouldn't say everyone. There were some poor hiring decisions made, but at the very highest level, at least the people that I consider to be at the highest level, you know, I take no pleasure from this. I learned a lot there. Like, everything I understand about business, what to do right, what to do wrong, it was ultimately from them. I didn't go to school for business management. I don't have an MBA. I don't actually have any formal education. Everything I learned was School of Hard Knocks, and NCIX was a stupendous proving ground for me. So, you know, I take no pleasure in this, but where was I going with this? But
how you got the channel?
Right, how I got the channel. So ultimately, I was able. Right. So I'm very grateful to them for giving me the opportunity to build up this channel and then ultimately take it with me, because the deal was, look, I'm leaving because I disagree with some of the stuff we're doing, and my boss is gone, who I loved, and that sucks, and so I'm out. So you can either let me walk away to another retailer, and I mean, you know, I didn't have 4 million subscribers and a team of, 19 people that's like a world-class video production team. Like, I hadn't built any of this yet.
Yeah, we were pretty far from it.
Yeah, we were a long way away from this. But for me personally anyway, my stock was high enough that I could have walked into literally any electronics entity and gone like this, and I would have had a job. So I wasn't concerned about getting a job. What I was concerned about was building a team and building something and making sure that Luke and Ed, who were both out of work, if I walked out of there and didn't manage to take them with me, making sure that they stayed employed. So the deal was, look, I'm leaving, but if we can work out a deal where I take the Linus Tech Tips YouTube channel, the trademark, and any associated assets, which, now that this is going on, I'm really happy we did buy the book with a lawyer. Get to that more later. But if I take all that stuff with me, I'll sign a non-compete for, I believe it was 2 years, but it ended up getting extended to 3. And for pennies on the dollar, I'll come back and I'll continue to support the NCIX Tech Tips channel so that you don't have to replace me immediately. Also, I'll give you as much notice for my departure as you need. So I had originally planned on giving somewhere between a month and 6 weeks notice. I ended up giving about 5 months notice. Although, in fairness, I phoned in about the last 3 weeks of it. By then, I had trained my replacements for pretty much everything. I didn't really know what to do all day.
When it's 5 months, like, yeah.
Like, I tried. Okay, yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
So the fact that we acquired those assets legally is really important, because if the bankruptcy lawyers, if whoever NCIX's creditors were to find that it had an asset that was worth a significant amount of money, and let me tell you, Linus Tech Tips is worth a significant amount of money, both as a brand and as a YouTube channel at this point. Although, no, I'm not going to say no thanks to NCIX, but most of that development has been done in the 5 years since I left. Yeah. But if it was found that that asset wasn't transferred tidily, then it could also be found that NCIX still had some claim to make against it, and then their creditors would as well. So Steve, I trusted to never do anything untoward with me. But
creditors,
pfft, all bets are off. I really didn't, I didn't think it would come to this. I take no pleasure in it, but that's what happened. And that's
for some
a bummer.
context there, we broke off at what, 240,000 subscribers?
Something like that, yeah.
We're now at 4.8 million.
Yeah.
There's kind of been a lot of work done.
Yeah. We've been going pretty hard on it. So So, a Linus Tech Tips documentary. No, that probably won't happen. We actually tried to do a behind the blow type thing here, and it was a total disaster. We brought in a third-party film crew. They like shot a bunch of stuff. Then they submitted a rough cut that was awful, totally unusable. And then we tried to edit it together ourselves, but by then our team was like 60% bigger.
Very
so like
different, yeah.
Like a third of our staff wasn't in the video, and
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what
Next
else do we
up?
have for topics? Yeah, that was kind of a freaking downer of a topic, man.
It
I'm
also
surprised,
took a long time.
I'm surprised people are still watching. Sheesh, let's find
mean,
something exciting.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like learning that before Coke came out, it was green.
I'm like down. Let's just find like something, like one cool topic to do, and then wow, these are all terrible. Oh, Tinder. Tinder tests using AI to suggest who to super like. They're testing a new feature called Super Likeable that intermittently presents a card on your screen and offers you a bonus super like that can be sent to one of 4 people presented on the card. The original super like was designed as a way to signal your interest in a potential match was stronger than others, but users have a limited number per day. Wow, how many of those could you possibly need per day? Wow. I'm sort of pre-online dating, so I don't really get
I wonder
Tinder,
if you're in like a
but
social hub,
sheesh.
like somewhere like deep, like LA or San Fran. If you just like go through a few hundred people and you're just like, meh, there's many more. You know what I mean? I don't know, because I don't feel like it's like that up here.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm bored of that already because this is way better.
Yep.
There's officially Mario cereal.
Yeah.
So I like super need some.
Okay, this also isn't the first time that Nintendo has tried to do cereal. I thought it was kind of interesting because right now they're huge because the Switch is like wildly successful. But at a previous time of them being huge, they also tried to roll out cereal. And this one is not just cereal. The box itself is essentially an amiibo. So you
Sick.
tap the box on your Switch and you get stuff in game.
Wow. It unlocks gold coins and hearts in Super Mario Odyssey. Hits shelves
Yeah.
mid-month. Okay, I'm down for that. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank
Also,
you. Oh.
LOL Max root access issue.
Oh.
If you have a Mac and you're watching the show, you should maybe look it up on your own. It's not in here, but I'm pretty sure if someone literally just attempts to sign in as username root with no password, they just have all the stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on all the details. It's not in the doc, but if you have a Mac, look into it because it's a big deal.
So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Wow, that's super down now.
No, don't be down.
Apparently it's patched, so just update.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What an issue. Crazy.
This wasn't that short of an episode, was it?
Not sure. No, it's about an hour.